Put your shoes on, we got a long walk home. And grab your pitchfork and your torch, it's a long dark road. And if you stay close to me, we'll make it through the night. You know the monsters come out when they see the street lights.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to an all-new episode of Everyday Voices of the Paranormal. I'm your host, Jamie McCaskill.
And I'm Jon Campbell.
And guys, today we have something special for you. John's been wanting to do an episode on equipment since we started doing this show because, me and him, that's what we usually sit around and talk about. So today I have one of my good friends, Darin Huff from ghosthuntingsource.com. He's the owner, founder. He works at everything. So Darin, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man, it's cool to have you on, man, because, me and you, we've known each other for a while, and I was like, if I want to talk about equipment, I want somebody who knows about equipment, somebody who, you probably research it a lot more than me and John ever do.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Well, yeah, we do go back a ways, that's for sure. But yeah, I do try and keep on top of what's going on in the paranormal equipment world,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, guys, if you haven't been there, ghosthuntingsource.com is a great place to get you some equipment. Darin's, he gets it out to you as fast as humanly possible in my mind, and he takes care of you. He's good customer service and everything. I've had no issues working with him ever. In fact, I had a Mel meter that broke. The little adapter broke on the end of it once that I bought from Darin, and Darin got me a replacement little K-type probe's what they're called. He got me my replacement like that. There's no issues.
Yeah, glad to help. I forgot all about that.
I haven't. I haven't, because I've had so much issues. I'm not naming any stores, but I've had issues in the past with certain stores, straight up not shipping my equipment and keeping the money. I've had that happen in the past before.
One of the last things I ordered online, I can't remember what store it was. It was a SLS Connect, and it took months.
Wow.
Yeah, I kept having to email them, and yeah, it was one of the last things I ever bought online.
Those are kind of expensive to put together, and we build them ourselves too, and we don't keep a whole lot of parts. When the orders come in, then we build them and so forth. But the parts we need, we can get very quickly and should be able to, get it out in a really good amount of time. I know some people might be having some supply chain issues depending on where they're coming from and stuff. But, we can get them put together here in about a week's time, usually.
Nice.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, we build them when, as the orders come in, then we'll build them. Yep.
That's smart.
How well do those sell?
They're kind of pricey. But, they do sell. But, I sell more like the Mel meters, the K2 meters, those sort of things. Maybe some of the less expensive stuff. But, we do get a few orders every month for them. Yep.
So do you guys experiment with all the pieces of gear you get in?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So we can talk about it, describe it, in our descriptions on our website and everything. So we got a ghost hunting group too.
Yeah.
And so we use all this stuff. We do try it out, and every now and then we'll try out some things that we got a guy in the group that's really kind of good at, building things and coming up with ideas. So we try out a few things that he comes up with every now and then, and see if it might be worth putting in the store.
Yep. Now your paranormal team, if I remember, is Miami Valley, right? Miami Valley Paranormal.
Yeah, Miami Valley Paranormal Services. We're based here in Springfield, Ohio, but we got some crew members that live in I don't know if you ever heard of these places, but New Carlisle and Beaver Creek.
New Carlisle, I've heard of. And I think I've passed through Beaver Creek.
Beaver Creek.
Beaver Creek, yes, there's a mall there. It's really close to Fairborn and Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
There's still a mall?
Oh, yeah, believe it or not, there is. So it's a pretty nice one, too. So, but yeah.
Now, about equipment-wise, now let's say I know what I would answer. I'm pretty sure I know what John would answer. Let's say somebody came to you right now and said, Darin, we know you run this store, but I'm going to start my own team. I have nothing but a camera. What would you suggest they would pick up?
Definitely, I think that they should have a K2 meter. That's one of the staples, I think. Mm-hmm. Not only, for recording EMF, but also we use it to communicate with.
Yeah.
And, how many spirits are here, light up that many lights, light up if you're a man or, a woman or whatever. And I think you need some kind of digital voice recorder and one that you can hook up to a computer and download your files.
Right.
It seems like it's really kind of rare where we get anything really good on a video camera or something like that. Mm-hmm. But we get EVPs a lot. And so I think it's a must.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that one.
All the years that we've been doing this, I'd say 90+% or 99 even maybe is audio evidence. It's so rare to get video or... but yeah, I agree. The audio recorder is a staple. It's a must. Yeah,
you got to have a good one. And I'm glad he mentioned the whole hooking it to your computer, because I remember the first time I got a digital recorder, I went to Radio Shack and just told the guy what I was doing, and he sold me one. It couldn't hook to the computer at all.
Yeah, mine, you need a cable.
Yes.
I got to find the cable, but it does hook up to a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them have the slide up USB.
That's the one I used.
Those are really what's the word I'm thinking? They're convenient.
Convenient, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of plugs in like a flash drive. That's one I had. After I moved up here, I bought because I needed one, so I went and bought one, and that was what I got. Was the one I called it the Switchblade because it just slid right out.
Now you also mentioned the K2, and Jamie and I, a lot of us have found out that it gets a lot of interference from like either phones, walkie-talkies. Have you guys found that out too? Or do you just make sure everything goes silent?
Well, we do like, checks before we get started. We try and keep our phones, in our back pockets or something out of the way of the K2. But yes, you're right. I mean, computers, microwaves, phones and stuff can set those off.
Mm-hmm.
So we just try and keep a distance away from it with those kind of items.
Right.
Yeah, we found out walkie-talkies set off REM pods as well. At least the REM pods we had.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know the K2.
Yeah,
I know the K2 I bought off of him. It's sitting right there, literally. It's got the sound function. I'm sorry.
You got the K2 meter that might have like a beeping sound when it goes off.
Yeah, it's got a cricket chirp.
Yeah, that's really nice because when because you can walk away from it.
Yep.
And then if you hear it go off, you can go back. But you might want to keep a camera on it or something like that if you are going to walk away from it. See if it's lighting up, going off, what's setting it off, that sort of thing. But yeah,
I love that one. That's like the first. I think that's the first or second piece of equipment I bought off of Darin. It's sitting right there in front of Doc Holliday on my shelf.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yep. I noticed I went to your website and I went to the camera section. There's like a handheld. It was an IR camera. It was almost like walking around with a handheld DVR camera. It seemed like.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks nice.
I am actually on the site too, pulling it up. It's an IR camera, works in the dark. I mean, if you're going to videotape, you're going to need that. And, so you want to get a camera that has like a light, an IR light, so you can use it, in the dark too. Not everything's just going to work in the dark. So if you're going to buy a camera for this sort of stuff, you're going to want to, read the description very thoroughly, make sure it'll work in the dark, and that sort of thing. So, and some of these cameras have like a microphone attachment to it as well, so to help pick up some audio. And we have found that, like we were talking earlier, it seems like EVPs are a little bit more common. We get them, with the video camera as well as a digital voice recorder. Have you had luck doing that?
I've caught EVP on video before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we get that quite a bit.
I don't have, like, my DVR system doesn't have audio.
Oh, so the handheld.
And I don't have a handheld video.
Oh.
Now, the years you've been doing this, what would you say is the most overrated piece of equipment?
Most overrated.
Yes. In your opinion.
In my opinion, we got an Ovilus, and I know that they seem to be quite popular, but it'll spit out random words and so forth. And we've never had it to go along with anything that we were experiencing or asking about. Nothing's ever matched up with it.
Right.
I've only had that happen a couple times with the Ovilus 3 I have, but most of the time it's like Africa and like random words.
Yeah. Dude, I remember, I'm not naming anybody's names, we keep that off, but we have a member in our group once upon a time, and we did an investigation, and he had brought an Ovilus that he got. And I'll never forget, he comes running down, and he's excited. He's like freaking out. And he's going, we're sitting in the room, and it said, boot. And I looked around, and there was a boot in the corner. And then it said stairs, and there's stairs right outside the door. And I'm like, those are just random words. Like, those could match anything.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the kind of stuff that we always got as well. So,
you guys ever heard of Prospect Place?
Yeah, I've heard of Prospect.
I was there one time, and this is one of the times where it actually, I think, worked. It said aberrant, the Ovilus did. And I read it out loud. I'm like, aberrant? And I had my audio recorder going. And when I got home, I went over it. And I heard a woman whisper, aberrant. Like, at the same time. I'm just like, whoa.
So what is the meaning of that word?
Like, it's kind of like evil or...
Oh, okay. All right.
Aberrant?
Aberrant. Yeah.
Was a TH at the end?
No.
Oh.
ABB, it's...
Aberrant, departing from an accepted standard.
There should be another meaning.
Deviant, deviating, divergent, abnormal. Just says diverting from the normal.
Huh. Interesting. We had an experience, me and a couple of people from the group went out to a cemetery here in Springfield, and he's one of them's always joking around, asking the spirit to give him lottery numbers. And so we were at some of his family's grave sites, and we were using a spirit box and the SB7, and 4 numbers came across. This was on a Saturday. So 9868 came across. 9868.
Mm-hmm.
So Monday, when the 4-digit number came out, it was 9878. It was just one number off, and I'm probably getting the numbers mixed up a little bit, but it was amazing. It was only one number off. But the spirit box, we've had more luck with that, giving us, what we're asking for.
Yeah.
More often. It's not like 100% or anything like that, but it's, we have more luck with that.
Yeah, so. I could see that too, because like I've had stuff like I don't use the ghost box a lot, but I have played. You could say played with it or experimented with it, and I've actually had stuff happen with that, but not with the Ovilus at all.
I think Jamie misspelled the word because I put in the word aberrant and it said
That's abhorrent, by the way.
abhorrent, inspiring disgust and loathing, repugnant, causing or deserving strong dislike or hatred.
Yeah, that's abhorrent.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm thinking that woman spirit didn't like me very well. Or
We
someone
actually
in
were-
our group, anyways.
I was going to say, it kind of made me think a little bit. We went to an old closed-up theater in Springfield, and on the spirit box, the name Jon came out, and Jon was with us. He's one of the guys in the group, and it said downstairs. So we went downstairs, and it felt like Jon says it felt like somebody slapped him across the face.
Wow.
And he had a red mark there. So that was kind of impressive too.
So the spirit told him to go downstairs just so the spirit could slap him?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Come here,
So-
whack.
That so the the word that you were using there kind of describes that
Yeah.
situation. So
The
yeah,
spirit found him aberrant.
aberrant. That's all right.
I'm glad I didn't get slapped.
But
So, we covered your opinion on the most overrated. What about, in your opinion, the most underrated?
oh boy, I know I've been talking about it a lot, but I think the most underrated might be the spirit box, because some of the feedback I get about it is just, that white noise, that static noise that it
Yep.
creates can drive people crazy. And, that sometimes the words go by so quick, they can't make it out and that sort of thing. And you can adjust how quickly a word, comes through or whatever, or they go through the frequencies. But, I just think if people would give that more of a chance, they could get more from it. And I'm one of those people where that static noise just drives me crazy. So we usually have somebody working the spirit box who's got headphones plugged into it. We'll ask questions, and that person that doesn't mind that noise, if we get an answer, will tell us that you got something here. You got an answer to that.
So what spirit box would you recommend someone getting if that's what they're interested in?
I would think there's the SB7 is the way to go. The SB7T and is the way to go. It's also got a flashlight and a temperature device built onto it,
Yep.
That's
which is
nifty.
really nice. It really is. We've had more luck with that than the SB11, which has if you're familiar with it, the 2 channels, and you can run AM and FM at the same time. You can go through frequencies forwards and backwards all at the same time. But we have more luck with the SB7T. But there is a new spirit box out, and I'm still trying to find out about it and get ready to put it on the site. It's called the SB7 Pro.
Ooh. Oh.
And so I want to try and find out what's different about that. But it's created by, that Gary Galka who made the Spirit Box and the REM pods. And,
So
that's
what,
the Mel meter.
what do you
That's
think of those, that Huff made? Those, what is it called? The portal boxes type thing?
Yeah, we use those. We got those. We kind of like it. The app that we use is not Huff's app, but it's called SonoX. But anyway, it's got all these words programmed into it backwards, maybe 2,500 words.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes out forwards or normal sounding, something had to manipulate that.
Right.
But what we found too is when we're using that, occasionally we'll catch it with our ears. But we usually got a recorder going by one of those. And when we play it back, we can kind of slow it down a little bit and, we've caught in some things that way. We found out using playing back the recorder. So I think they're really a pretty good tool. Pretty cool.
Nice. I've never played with it. Did you?
They're fun. They're cool. Yep.
Yeah.
One thing I found having a SLS Connect is and it's anyone with gear that's never used it before, you learn as you go, and that was one of the things I learned as I went. And what I came to find out is the Connect will literally try to find a person out of anything. Whether it's a chair,
absolutely.
A jacket, anything. So I started only being able to use it if it's like a blank wall or a blank sheet hanging up or something where there's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You know what? I guess, I never noticed that. I'm not saying you're wrong, but maybe that's something I could do better and look for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because what I came to notice, I didn't play with it too much, but I was, it would catch a nail in a wall and it would assign that to the head or something. That's why a lot of times it looked like the body's dangling because it was actually catching that nail on a wall. So yeah, that's what John's talking about. We because me and him have been discussing that for quite a while.
I go back and I think about some of the times where we look like we captured something with the SLS. One thing that stands out in my mind is we were at a winery, and there was a painting on the wall of a naked woman. And we were pointed, the camera was pointed, kind of in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if, it could have been because of that painting, it might have picked something up.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
I'm curious. Yeah,
I've never experimented with paintings, actually.
Well, yeah, you just got me thinking about all that stuff. So, yeah.
I don't know if it'd pick out a person out of a picture or a painting. I don't know. I know physical objects like chairs, jackets, nails, bookshelves, stuff like that. Yeah, but a painting, I don't know.
Yeah. We, when we've gotten things, we want to make sure it's not, one of our investigators. Mm-hmm. So,
yep.
So we'll have the, wave for me, tell our investigator wave or something like that, just so we make sure that, if it's our investigator or what. But does your SLS camera, if you're looking at something on the right side of you, it's actually capturing stuff on the left side of you?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what mine does, and I just want to make sure that people listening kind of understand that's how it works.
Yeah, that was one of the things
using it,
I had to learn as I went. That was one of the things I figured out. Yep.
Absolutely. So yeah, it was kind of confusing for me at first, and how is this happening? And did we not put this together right? And that sort of thing. But yeah,
they are fun though. I will say that they are cool. They're fun to use, and after a while of using it, and you know how to use it, they could be effective.
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't know how yours is, but our tablet that we use does not have the ability to record what is happening. So I just use my cell phone and will record the screen if something seems to be happening.
Mine does. There's a program. I'll have to look at when I get home. But you can put it right over where you want it to screen record, and you just hit record whenever you want. And then it'll record it and save it to the tablet.
When you're doing that, does it eat up a lot of battery life?
I don't know, because I don't record a lot, because I don't really capture that much on it. I've come to notice that the tablet lasts generally 45 minutes to an hour-ish.
Yeah, that's about like mine.
Yeah, somewhere in there. I'd imagine maybe a little more if I'm recording, but that's why I bought multiple tablets, so that way when one runs out, I can plug that in, put another one on.
Yeah, good idea.
While that one's charging, I'm using another one. But
that's a great idea.
I'm sitting here while you guys were talking, scrolling through. What's this tier crosshair? I'm interested in that. That's pretty neat.
It's a thermal imaging device, and you kind of hold it out in front of you. And, you know, if, like a heat signature is in front of you, it kind of surrounds you. It kind of goes around you, the thermal imaging.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's something in front of you that's warmer, it's going to, the lights directly in front of you is going to light up red. If it's a cold spot to your left, you know, those lines of lights is going to light up blue.
Neat.
And things like that. So that's another device that was made by Gary Galka, you know, the one that does the millimeter and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really pretty cool because it can help you know which way to take that picture.
So it
Or
detects
which way should I go?
360 around you?
Yeah.
How far out?
Oh, it's not. I'm thinking it was like.
It says 10 feet.
Oh, 10
I was
feet.
thinking 10 feet, but I was pulling it up on the computer actually just to confirm that.
That's pretty
Yeah.
nifty. That's nice.
Yeah, I've got it right in front of me. I was scrolling through and it was something that just kind of caught my eye. That's neat.
Yeah, you can put your cameras, your FLIR, you know, everything in the direction that it said is cold spots and.
Yeah, and then you were talking about the sweeping earlier. You have that ANC Mini. That'll does that like cut down on the sweeping noise, or what's that do?
That is with something for the spirit box.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really had much luck with those. Let me actually kind of pull that up. Actually, I know it's. Yeah, you know, you can. This would be great for me because it's noise cancellation, and so you know how I was saying that this static noise just bugs me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got a noise control to help with that. And actually, I've only sold a couple of those, but there are some YouTube videos I put in the link on, whether it's on my website, you know, when you're looking at that, that you can see how it works. But yeah.
That's neat. I was kind of flipping through here while we were talking and looking at different equipment because you can ask John. It's been so long for me because I kind of stepped back for quite a while and just started concentrating on my deliverance ministry, and so like a lot of new equipment's out there that I have not had the pleasure to play with yet.
Yeah, same here. I haven't bought anything new in a while.
Well, you know, I mean, our group, we got practically everything that's on the website for sure, and then we got the SLS, we got the those portal boxes and so forth. Not really quite sure what to add, you know,
Right.
what more to try.
Well, I've gotten some new stuff. Like I got a new EMF meter. I'll send you a YouTube, or not a YouTube, Amazon message for me and John. Me and John used it on that trip we took Saturday. It actually shows you. It actually separates it. Whereas an EMF meter will go off for either electric or magnetic. You can ask John. This one I've got, it separates it. So if it's an electric field, like say you walk near a television, it'll show electric, but the magnetic will still say 0.00. And when I went near that doll, only the magnetic went off up to 1.6, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. It's really inexpensive. I liked it, but I got it off of Amazon. I think it came from Less EMF.
And doesn't it have that fan on top too to show?
Well, that's different. That's an anemometer.
Hmm.
But I got an anemometer. I got a psychometer that I bought recently. The psychometer, I don't see those sold a lot of places. Those are for, it shows you the temperature and the humidity. Because, you know, the humidity could be good for, you know, false orbs, like water in the air, water vapor in the air or whatever.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Well, that's really cool. Yeah, I look forward to that link.
Yeah, I'll send you all three of them. That way you can check them out, because it's all three new pieces of equipment I got. I got an anemometer, a hygrometer, well, the psychometer, I call it, and that EMF meter, because the EMF meter is just neat, and it's got temperature in it too. You hit a button and it'll flip over to the thermometer. It's got.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. We had a lot of fun. Well, I wouldn't say a lot of fun, but it definitely came in handy on that one. because in her kitchen wall, for some reason, I was getting a electric field of 500,
Yeah, it was high.
and there was nothing electrical on either side of the wall at all, and it moved. Like while I was holding it there, and it was showing it at 500 UT, it moved, and I was following
that's
it.
really, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, those
That
are
is
those
cool.
were so those are three pieces of equipment that I think it's called the anemometer. It's the one with the fan on top, so you can check for wind speed over like you're near windows and vents and things like that. And this one's a pro one, so this one's like it was a bit pricey, but it was worth it.
Mhm.
It shows like real. You could be standing perfectly still, no wind blowing, and that fan blade's still slowly turning and reading something.
Right. Oh, that's really cool. Absolutely. And then there's all those inexpensive pieces of equipment you can get and just get about anywhere. Like one of those devices, like if somebody walked past it, it's going to ring.
Yep.
Motion detector.
Those sort of things. You can get those. We've actually done some things you just might have at home. When we're inside a place, we will hang up some wind chimes.
Yep.
And just those might go off, and
Put those
while
in
you're
doorways.
Those little
Yeah.
cat balls that light up.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
sells those
yeah.
on here too.
I got those. I've had some people email me with they had some luck with those.
Yeah, I have
And,
too.
Yeah.
I was
So-
watching Ghost Adventures recently, even though I don't care for them, and they rolled one down a hallway, and supposedly it turned and went into a door. But it just was mysteriously like instead of it showing it turning, just all of a sudden it was nothing, and they're like, "Hey, when did it moved?" And they went down and it was in another room.
I was at Bel Air House, and there was a group there, and they had 3 balls set up upstairs in the hallway. And so I went and sat down about 4 or 5 feet from them. And I pointed to one. I was like, "Can you make that one go off?" And boom, it lit up.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and it did that like 2-3 times for me.
Ah.
It was pretty cool. It didn't move. It just lit up. But it was just me up there. No one was walking around it. I was like 5 feet away. I wasn't moving. I was sitting. So,
You gotta love it when this stuff happens on command.
Yeah.
yes.
I do it.
It's hard
I just eat
it's
that
hard
up.
to throw that out when it happens like that.
Absolutely. We've actually had that with the REM pod. If
Oh,
we
that's
ask if they
rare,
go off
too.
the-
For me. That's awesome. REM pod.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
rare. It's rare to get that to go off. At least for me it is. And so when it does, I get excited.
Yeah, the balls on his website are relatively inexpensive too. They're only $26. You get 4 of them.
Yeah.
So another thing that's rare that I found is getting anything on my FLIR. Have you guys gotten much on your thermals?
No. Sure haven't. On the website, there's I got an evidence page.
Yep.
And there was one picture that I think I put it on there. But if somebody went to ghosthuntingsource.com and clicked on evidence,
I'll have to check that out.
on the pictures, you can see that I was pointing this down towards the bottom of the steps.
Oh yeah, that's a picture going down the steps. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got that with the thermal imaging camera, and then I just
What's it
took
show?
a picture. When I got something with the thermal imaging,
Is
then
that
I took that
something
picture with the
standing?
camera.
Is that something standing
Well-
at the bottom of the steps?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just that white object. So,
It even looks like it's
But we
got
had-
legs or something too.
yeah, some people say they see that, but I
Yeah,
got
I've
it.
seen
I
the
got a
legs right away.
signature. But because of that the signature I got with the thermal, I took a picture, and that's what came up. So,
Neat.
yeah,
That is
kind of neat.
that is cool. Now, do you
We
guys
got
sell
some-
DVR systems?
We used to. We don't do too much of that anymore. I mean, I can get them, but technology has advanced so much, and people can get these wireless cameras
That's what I'm
and
looking to get.
ring
Wireless with
devices.
audio and everything.
Yeah, it's just so easy to get that stuff. We got that. We're doing things like that instead of
All the
selling the
cords.
DVR and wiring things up.
Yeah,
and
he's got
things like
these
that.
right here.
Yeah.
Yep, those are the
So-
ones I was looking at actually,
Yep.
and they're not that expensive either.
No, I mean, technology. It seems that some of the stuff the price just keeps coming down.
Yeah, it does.
So that's good. So
It's
Well, that's like the EMF meter I bought. Like that new one I got was so cheap. I was surprised. I was like, back when I was still buying my equipment, that thing would cost me $60-$70.
yeah, the DVR system I
Yeah.
bought years ago was so expensive compared to now. It's like, ugh. I mean, I'm not gonna throw it away. I'd still use it probably here and there, but I want to get a nice wireless one with audio and.
I like this little setup you're selling right here, though. These little 4 cameras.
The YI ones?
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are nice.
yeah, they do the job. They really do, and they're not very expensive. And yeah, so it's like, why not? It seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And it's nice that you don't have to really wire all this stuff up anymore, and
Yeah.
get all this cord and things.
And just like you were saying, things have gotten so much better. I remember back years ago when FPI first started, our first DVR system, we bought wireless cameras. And we bought, the DVR came with 2 regular cameras, wired ones, and then we bought wireless. We couldn't use them when we went to post town because there was so much interference in the bricks and stuff because of it had to reach and everything. So we weren't able to use them. Nowadays you don't have to worry about that.
Yep. It's really, it's great that way.
How much is that system?
These 4 cameras here at $130.
That's it?
Yep. 1080 ghost hunting home
Yeah,
security
and
system.
it can stream right to your phone
Yep.
Yeah.
or tablet or computer or whatever.
Yep.
Does it alarm when there's motion? I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, does have motion detection. Yes.
Yeah, it says it right here. Sends activity alerts.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, they're just expensive cameras, but they do the trick. And, yeah.
Access your camera with our mobile app. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad to get.
They
Not at all.
don't take up a lot of space, in your equipment cases and things like that. And
Wouldn't have to take the role of cables or anything.
Maybe I'll look into getting this, John.
That's what my group, we've been looking at that too.
We've started, me and John, like with Everyday Voices, the podcast here, we're starting to do investigations on our own as well because I don't know about you, but since COVID, it's been hard to get members together to do stuff. They all I'm not saying they become lazy. I think it's just a disinterest. It's been so inactive for so long that they think it's not there anymore. And that's...
I get what you're saying. I suppose now that you mentioned it, we have probably had a little bit of that too. And I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we got enough people still that,
Yeah.
don't think that way. But we do have some. It's like we can never get them to come out with us anymore.
I tell you what got real hurt by it at in the beginning is the haunted locations that, book people and the people pay to go there.
Yeah.
The beginning of COVID, and when everything was shut down, that hurt a lot of locations.
Yeah, I imagine so.
But
Now, speaking of
absolutely.
locations, me and John did an episode on locations. I hope we're not taking up too much of your time.
No, we're fine.
What was the name of that building you had for a while? I forgot. I was telling John about it, and I forgot.
It was called the Robertson Building. And over the years, that building had made a lot of different things. And but they made like cans, like soup cans and things like that, metal signs, and things like that. So it was called the Robertson Building, and that's the people that owned it, the business.
Yeah.
And so it was abandoned. It had like 5 levels on it, and I was able to rent some space in there for the store, and then have people come in and ghost hunt it. And unfortunately, they tore it down.
Yeah.
And if they hadn't torn it down, I would still have a physical retail shop now. But so just right now, I'm just online.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling John
really,
about that a while because we were talking about locations, and when I mentioned you, I said, he had a location for a little while. I was supposed to go, and then I don't remember what happened. I think Jennifer got in the hospital or something, and we weren't able to go.
So
yeah, it was a bummer. I mean, it really did kind of suck, but it was good while it lasted. And I've tried to find another location where I could do this. And I really wanted people to come in and ghost hunt it as well. Not just a place where you come buy something, but you can ghost hunt it. And when I'm talking to people that own these places, they're like, you want to do what? They're just not getting it.
Right.
Or they're, are afraid of what I'm saying when I'm talking about people to ghost hunt this. Come in, spend the night, So it's been tough trying to find another place.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So where
Do
are
you still
you
have access?
physically?
Where am I physically?
Yes.
I'm in Springfield, Ohio, just about 30 minutes, a little bit northeast of Dayton.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not too far away.
No. So you've been to Post Town then? That's not far from you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've been there a couple times. In fact, I was there just a couple of months. Well, it was in July.
Okay.
And when we were there, people were shooting off fireworks all night long.
Oh,
no.
It's kind of interfering, but we had one cool thing. Nothing that we captured on a camera or anything, but so you've been there, right?
Oh, many.
Oh, yeah.
Few times,
Yeah, both of us have.
Yeah, there was a room there that all these ghost hunting groups had given them a T-shirt. They're hanging up in there.
Oh, yeah. That's usually where everyone sits and rests and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
And so, we went in there and spent some time. Nothing happened. A few hours later, we ended up back in there. And there was 2 T-shirts that had fallen down. But what was weird about it is if they would have fell straight down, that's one thing. But it seems like they fell down, moved over to the side, and then got caught on another T-shirt that was hanging below. But it fell down, went left, and got caught on something. The other one fell down, went right, and got caught on another shirt.
Huh.
So, the way they fell was just really weird, and the way they were hanging there. And, but unfortunately, we didn't capture any of that.
Man.
So
it's one of those rooms where you wouldn't expect to.
Yeah. We had actually cameras throughout that place, but we didn't have anything really pointing at those shirts. It was towards the end of this particular room. I think it used to be like the library or something. But we had it's a doll room too. And there's all these dolls.
Yeah, that's new.
Facing dolls and not so much on these shirts.
Wow.
So if you're listening, get a camera on those shirts. You want to do that.
Yeah, for sure. If we go back, we're talking about going back eventually. I haven't got to talk with Daryl much lately. I've been trying to reach out to him. But yeah, that's definitely one of my plans to go back. Now, I know I had you at the museum once.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you still have access to that?
No, they took that away from us. It's a long story. I think we did an episode on it, but there's like several different excuses as to why we're not in there, but none of them match up. And it just makes no sense. We were blamed for something we didn't do. You know that we told you guys when you came in, the first thing we tell every group that comes in, they're not allowed to use the bathroom in the building.
Okay, yeah.
We blocked the door off. You can't even get into it. So we were accused of letting someone use the bathroom, which didn't happen. we actually Flip and Jimmy started closing earlier, and we had to make plans with a pizza place for people to go into because the pizza place was open till
2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3 o'clock. So we had all that worked out. That was the first excuse we were told. Then we were like, well, that's not us. That didn't happen under our watch. Then they said, they tried insurance purposes. They tried all these different, John knocked out the insurance and it became something else. And I think it just was, I have my own beliefs on it, but I think some other team kind of ran us out of there, but I can't prove it. But it's not, nobody's allowed to investigate in there anymore.
Yeah, not even that other team. They're not in there.
Oh, that's too bad. That really is.
It was a great location.
That was really a cool place.
Mm-hmm.
You were there when I saw the person come out of the mayor's office. The guy in the suit. Remember I told y'all I saw somebody come out of that door in a suit?
I do remember you talking about that. Yep.
Yep. That changed my opinion on the building even more. I already believed it was haunted, but when I saw that, I was like, wow. And that became a story for me to tell everybody. I was like, I can put you in touch with the group that was in here. You know?
Absolutely. Yes, I do remember that.
Like you were downstairs setting something up, and I had like 2 or 3 of your members with me giving them the tour, and I was like, and at first I thought it was you, but I was like, well, Darin wasn't wearing a suit. I think you were wearing a polo shirt.
Yeah, it could have been, but no, definitely was not in a suit.
You definitely didn't have your hair slicked back either.
Casket, that's when you'll see me in the suit, when I'm in the casket. So.
John is the co-owner of the Bel Air house now.
Yeah, down there by
really?
West Virginia.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's amazing.
It's really active. That place is nice. It's awesome.
Yeah, geez. I didn't know that. Now that I know, we'll have to see if we can't organize something.
Yeah. Yeah. They seem to like to mess with new people. So.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. If you want something to happen, I should probably sit in command to let you guys go out. They're so used to me, they don't do anything to me now.
Yeah.
That's why I was kind of surprised the ball went off when I pointed at it, because I was there. I think that was like a year ago, or I don't know when it was. It wasn't that long ago, but that's when that ball light up thing happened. I was surprised because rarely things happen to me anymore while I'm there.
Wow. So, yeah, I did not realize that. Do you have a website or anything? I can go check it out.
There is. It's listed on the Facebook.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll see if I can get it for you real quick. Let's see.
Yeah, and Kristen, she's the other owner. She lives down there. Like, I want to say 5 minutes away from the house. 10 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, it's awesome. 4 stories if you include basement and attic. The attic's a walk. You know, it's big. The attic and the second floor are the 2 most active spots for my group.
Here we go. BelAirHouseTours.com.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely look that up.
That's the right one, right? Let me make sure.
Yep.
I'm actually sitting at my computer now. I'll see if I can't pull it up.
And while I got that, I can go ahead and send you, I'll Facebook you that picture, that doll.
I remember my first time there, first night investigating. We were on the second floor in the middle bedroom, and we're just sitting there. There was me, Bella, Allison, and Brett. And the closet door opened on its own. And the door was one of those older ones where it like, because it's rubbing, so it makes a loud noise when it opens. We all literally jumped because it was so loud.
Oh, you gotta love that stuff.
We didn't even ask for the door to open or anything like that. It just did. And I caught one of the
How
best
about-
EVPs I've ever had. A little girl saying hello. It's crystal clear.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the ones from the little girl at the museum were always cool.
Yeah. I caught her saying, I love you.
Well, yeah, those are good ones. It's those other ones you don't want to hear, like get out.
Aberrant.
We've had them say, F you and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I had one call me a sissy once. That one was clear as day. Yeah, I told him that. Ain't that creepy?
One of the investigations I did where it was a possible non-human, one of the EVPs I caught, I don't know if it was one lady or multiple ladies, but it was going, John, 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 like women's voices, like whispering that in my recorder. I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Isn't that dog creepy?
That's crazy. That's crazy stuff.
You see that doll?
I do, yes. I mean, Jamie just sent me the picture. In fact, I thought it was a real baby picture.
Yeah, these are those dolls, those reborn dolls is what they're called. They literally make them look human. And that lady spent $1,000 on that doll.
Wow, it's amazing. It does look human.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it.
Yep.
And they use and some of them when they have hair will use real human hair. And she was all, and you can ask John, she wasn't happy when I talked with her because she thought these artists make those dolls 100%, but they buy dolls from yard sales and estate sales and things like that, so there's a chance of an attachment to them. And
okay,
and then like the more expensive doll you get, they possibly picked up clothing and other items from that yard sale or estate sale and added that to that doll, and then they'll use real human hair to put it in the head of those dolls too.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, so there's all these chances of something. And me and John, like, I had to literally tell her, like, I spent like a month just talking to people from all over the world about these reborn dolls. So when I told her, I was like, some of the artists were getting really frustrated because like I was asking questions and they were like, why are you asking this particular question? Like they thought I was trying to steal some secret from them or something. And she was not happy when I told her all that.
When you said reborn dolls, I just said, I'm going to look this up. I just Googled it. And oh my gosh, I mean, the pictures of these dolls, and here's one that's selling for $1,450. Yeah, I mean, $1,450. Yeah, good Lord.
Yeah, that's insane. That's a crazy price.
She had a set of twins there that she said was over $1,000 that
yeah,
she spent on her.
$2,000 on $3. I'm just like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And she had about 6 or 8 of those dolls on one. That was only one table. She had like 2 tables of them in her room. And yeah, it was. I started naming off like all the different name brand dolls they buy. They only take certain dolls. There's like 5 or 6 name brands that they use, and they change them. And in fact, she had a couple of the dolls from that particular line, John. I don't know if you caught that. Because when I was telling her the name brand, she goes, "Oh, I have some of those. They're over here," and she showed me some of them. Yeah, it was.
I tell you what, they're definitely interesting. I'd never seen any before that.
Yeah. And like you should see, she took the hat off the one that I sent you the picture of, and they actually painted the top of the head so like there were veins and like what you would see on a real baby's head. All of that. Like it looked like it had the shadows and indentions and stuff. It was nuts.
It's crazy. You could have a boyfriend or a girlfriend that's like AI, and then you can get one of these reborn dolls, and
Yeah,
you don't even have to put together a real family anymore,
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, they got those what they call real dolls now. You get there's your body for your wife, put an AI in there, and get you a reborn doll.
Oh my gosh!
Take your family pictures.
You could pull pranks with those things. Like
Yeah.
that one looked pretty real. You could do a prank with it.
Yeah, hold it and then throw it.
Drop it.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, you can make some really cool YouTube videos doing that kind of stuff.
Punt.
Yeah, punt the baby. That's a South Park thing, I think.
Yeah, kick the baby.
Kick the baby.
Oh my gosh. Incredible.
We went from talking about equipment to punting the baby.
You don't get that anywhere else, people. No, only on here.
Right.
Well, that's why our show, man, like we're trying to keep it unscripted, and because Joel, after a while,
we don't write
Joel,
any questions down.
Yeah, it's all unscripted. Because Joel was like, at first he goes, "You guys were all over the place." He said, but then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, well, that kind of gives it something.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's why we used to record out. We usually record outside because you have the crickets and the wind, and it just gives it kind of a flavor.
Ambiance.
Yeah. But today we had to record inside because of that weather. But
you know what, Jamie, you were doing paranormal conventions there
for a little while.
For a while. How long are you still doing those or thinking about doing those again? Or?
I might do one day. We had one scheduled right before COVID happened, and then that happened. And that one was huge. We had a cosplay contest set up. We had people were supposed to send donations to help with the cosplay contest. We had there was this group out of Missouri called Southbound and Down. If you get a chance, look them up. They do Smokey and the Bandit. They're Smokey and the Bandit lookalikes, and they have the cars and everything. They were going to come up. I forget what all we had, but those are the two, like off the top of my head, that I remember. And I think it was a paranormal celebrity was coming, a big one that I had never had before, but I forget who it was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember who it was, but yeah, we had all kind of things set up. That one, the building was free. We wouldn't even get to pay for the building. So,
oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah, that was we were going to have that at the Fostoria Learning Center here in town because they have a really big back room because it used to be a grocery store. And so they have like basically the whole stock room.
Which grocery store was it?
It used to be Kroger's.
Oh, that building next to the new Kroger. Okay.
Yeah. Back in the back, it used to be the stock room. It's huge. That was where we were going to have the convention, and then you'd go through one door, and we had access to as many classrooms as we needed for speakers. So I could even put Darin in a classroom to sell his equipment if he wanted.
Now,
I feel like that I was going to be coming down because I did the one with you. We're going to do another one, and I think that's when COVID hit.
Yeah, I think that was probably it.
With everything, yeah.
Yeah, because I reached out to you about that one.
Yeah,
that was going to be that one was going to be a big one because I wasn't just me booking it. There was Tim and Amber. They're in my group. They go to conventions. They go to more conventions than I do. And they were even like touching bases with people, and like there were certain celebrities I'd go, I don't know if I can afford that, and Tim was like, I got it, bro. And it just was going to be a big. We had all these people, and it just kind of fell through.
Yeah, COVID ruined a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It did. Yeah.
You never know, Mike. I might do another one. Like it just all depends on. Because for some reason I'm discovering a lot of people in the field don't like me anymore. I'm having to fight with that.
I mean, what's not to like? I mean, you're one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Right? I try to be, but yeah, I've just been running into that. Like one group that I thought I was friends with recently come to find out they won't even answer my calls. But I don't know. I think maybe the deliverance ministry part because I concentrate on that now. I don't know, but
yeah,
it's no telling. But I'm here to help people. That's the thing. Like I told John, I was like, if with me doing that, that's not part of my team. That's something you can reach out and go, hey, I need help. I'm coming. I'll go in and bless the house for you if you need it or whatever. That's what I'm here for. And,
right.
Yeah. One of them contacted John instead of contacting me to get help.
Huh.
Yep.
And John's like, I'm just gonna bring Jamie.
Oh Well, that's strange. Well, I don't know what's going on there. But,
Yeah, me neither.
yeah,
I'm
they
not.
got
I'm
it
not
all
too
wrong.
worried about it. But I'm definitely thinking about doing it. I mean, it's down the line. It'll probably be done through this. It'll probably be like, Everyday Voices of the Paranormal presents instead of Story Paranormal. But that'll maybe make it bigger because people will be able to come on here and talk, and we can invite them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you ever do and you want to do something together, maybe we can. I brought Chip Coffee into town when I had the store,
Mm-hmm.
Psychic.
and Bishop James Long, if you know who that is.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I know him.
I've talked to him a few times.
Yeah, and but I still got Chip's number on my phone.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I rarely use it. I don't want to abuse that.
I
But
actually
I'm
got
with
the
you.
I actually got the number for one of the Ghost Brothers. Cause
Wow, that's cool.
I met him at Post Town. He gave me his agent's number if wanted to book him sometime.
Yeah, you should reach out to him about being on the show.
It'd cost money, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it would. I ran into that recently with Kane Hodder. He was like, "Yeah, contact my agent. Contact the agent. He doesn't do podcasts." Well, why did I contact you then?
Yeah.
That was just so weird. It was like, okay, well.
Wow.
I remember when I was doing the first Tri-County Parafest, one particular, I forget, I'm not gonna, in fact, even if I remembered him, I'm not gonna say his name, but one of the celebrities that was there, I love him, real good guy, told me to, he's like, yeah, he's like, X amount of dollars, I'll be there, man, get me a room. Call my agent so she could put it on the books. I called the agent, she spit me out a different number, like a lot higher, and I was like, he told me this. Let me call you back. And she called me back. She goes, he's on the books. Okay. I was like,
Oh.
well, what in the world? I guess just to make sure that she didn't try to book something that same day. But yeah, she gave me a really high, and I forget, it was like extremely high. I think it was $250 was what I paid. Majority of the celebrities was about $250.
And you got to pay for hotel and everything.
Yeah. Food.
No, now that doesn't sound too bad.
No,
I don't think.
it wasn't. But it was. I got him a room, and what got me was with booking the fest was the people who would reach out to me wanting to be there, and I ran into where you would go, okay, you can have a table, but then they would want money in a room. It's like, no, you reached out to me. I don't even know who you are.
Yep.
That's
right.
That one was nuts. And then we had another seller, and he didn't come, of course, because Darin was there, big time. Darin had the whole front of the convention, basically the corner right there where you came in. There was Darin. He wanted to be there, and he told me and Justin at one convention, put me on your books, man. I'm coming. And then when we reached out to tell him like the date and the time, and he went, what are you going to give me? You told us to put you on the books. You're coming. Oh no, it's going to be this amount of money and guaranteed a corner spot and all. And I went, man, no. He dogged on us for months. It's like, no, you said put you on the books. You're coming.
Unless you're a celebrity, these cons are to get your name out there, to get your brand, your name, so like most people that host the Paracons aren't going to pay someone that's not a celebrity.
Yep.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of
right.
the people that want a table there have to pay usually.
Yeah, that's
A
how
lot
you
of
make the
times.
money for the convention. Because I barely broke even with the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, I didn't get any money off of it. That was I didn't even get my deposit back for the building.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that one was horrible.
Yeah, and the people like that don't realize the people that are hosting it, they put down a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
For the avenue to host it in, food, any celebrities they had coming or have coming. So they're already possibly going to lose money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Darin, we're gonna wrap this one up here. If you can tell everybody how to get a hold of you, this the Facebook, your Facebook, whatever, any way they can contact you.
Yeah, well, ghosthuntingsource.com is my website. It's got a phone number on there too, or you can email through there. We got Ghost Hunting Source on Facebook, and our ghost hunting group, Miami Valley Paranormal Services. We take the first letter of each word. We're the MVPs, guys. You know. So, but anyway, we got a Facebook page of that, Miami Valley Paranormal Services, and of course you can always hit us up through there and Messenger and things like that.
All right.
Easy to get a hold of. Easy.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And like I said, guys, definitely from me, I highly recommend them. They're a great place to get your equipment. Great group. You know, Darin's a great guy. So.
Yep, I have a feeling the next thing I buy is going to be from there.
Yeah. So.
You guys are great guys too. I appreciate you having me on. It was good catching up with you a little bit.
No, thank
Jamie
you.
And John, it's nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Yeah, hang on for just 1 second. Me and John have something to tell the people, and we'll be right back with you. Man, John, that was another fantastic episode, bro. Now, before we end the episode today, I think we should take just a moment to thank our sponsor, man, Coffee Brand Coffee, man. They have that supernatural elixir for anyone who has a taste for exceptional brews without any gimmicks.
Now, dear listeners, let me share something truly otherworldly with you. Coffee Brand Coffee isn't your average Joe. No, they're the antidote to those flashy, empty promises from other coffee companies. These folks know that what matters is a cup of fresh roasted magic, not just marketing tricks.
And also, bro, I think we should also tell them, man, here's another kicker. Their fulfillment and roasting centers are right here in the United States, bro. They're not like all over the, other place. Not like those other brands that are out there that have like they take care of the attention to the details.
Yeah, and they've got a collection of 12 tantalizing coffee blends from all corners of the world. Picture yourself sipping on a cup of their exquisite cocoa, tea, or coffee. The aromas, the flavors, it's like a paranormal journey for your taste buds.
Now, let us tell you guys this, okay? They have all these reviews. There's over 4,000 verified customer reviews. And the majority of them, John, man, you saw it on here, bro. There's a solid 5 out of 5. You don't need to take my word for it, no. You don't have to take John's word for it. Just let those real customers speak for themselves.
But here's the real kicker, folks. Coffee Brand Coffee doesn't just offer you a product off the shelf. No, they wait until your order comes in before they fire up the roaster. Timing's everything, you see. Coffee loves its mojo 7 to 10 days after roasting. With these guys, you get the freshest cup straight from the roaster to your doorstep.
That's right, and let me tell you about their commitment to quality. Their sustainability it goes from the farm to your cup. They source only the finest beans, and they focus on eco-friendly practices and direct trading relationships with the growers. They even visit the farms themselves just to make sure that everything is ethical and sound.
Small farms, co-ops, sustainability, it's all part of their dedication to making sure everyone in the coffee community thrives. You can taste the difference in every sip.
So, if you're ready for a paranormal coffee experiences, one that will leave you bewitched, I want you to head over to Coffee Brand Coffee. Remember, use our referral link down below when you make your order. And also, we have a code too. Our code is EVPOD. Use that when you apply it towards your subscription. But as long as you use our link, you're supporting this show. And if you use that EVPOD, you'll support the show with every sip. Because let me tell you, I've been noticing a lot of people are clicking the link, but nobody's using the code. So me and John, we're not getting any credit for you guys' business over there. So come on, guys, use the link below and use our code EVPOD. From me and John, I want to say thank you, guys.
Thank you.
years has it been since I left this place?